Hey, good morning. It's Thursday, October 8th. Really good to be with you. Last night we looked at Psalm 146 as an alternative perspective to what we may have gathered from the vice presidential debate. And now this morning we hear that perhaps the next debate will not happen because it's going to be virtual. The president doesn't like that. So maybe there won't be a third one, who knows. But certainly, in terms of what the world looks like, things are in turmoil. But more importantly than that, we don't need to be drawn into this idea of the turmoil of the world setting the course of our life. I'm going to read a little bit from Psalm 2 this morning, again using Dale Ralph Davis's translation of Psalm 2. And again, I've recommended him a lot to you. This is from a book on the Psalms he's written here. And it's the way of the righteous in the muck of life. And that's a pretty good description about where we are. And yet you see such hope coming from the psalmist and David in particular. And we even see that in this psalm. So just the first few verses of Psalm 2. Listen to God's perspective on what's happening around us. Why do the nations rage? And why do the peoples keep plotting hopeless plans? Why do the kings of earth take their stand? And why do the rulers conspire together? And who are the rulers of the earth and the leaders of this world conspiring against? Make no mistake, against Yahweh and his anointed king. They say, let us rip off their fetters and let us throw off their cords, as if that mattered. And how does God respond to this threat that people of this world, the leaders of this world, are going to take control? Here's his response. The one who sits in the heavens laughs, and the Lord mocks at them. And then he speaks to them in his wrath, and he terrifies them in his hot anger. God is not intimidated by all this, neither should we be. Life can get mucky, but we must not be intimidated. We must stand firm to live for righteousness. And then verse 6, the last one I'll read this morning. But I have installed my king on Zion, my holy hill. God is saying, I have installed Jesus Christ as king. He is ruling on his holy hill. He is in charge. We have this pendulum going on right now, certainly in our country, where we swing from the left to the right, maybe back to the left again, and then maybe to the right. None of that has to deter us from what God has. God is about righteousness. God is about bringing a people to himself. Nothing will deter him from that. And we can try and throw off the restrictions of God with regard to the way we do marriage, the way we do sex, the way we look at history, the way we govern, the way we treat people. We can throw all that off as countries. And God is not the least impressed. He will respond. Because you see, he has put Jesus Christ as king. And he is reigning now. And that is our hope. We have been rescued from the kingdom of darkness and brought into the kingdom of his dear son, whom he loves, the king who offers us redemption. So in this muck of life, God calls us to righteousness and peace, because God will not be deterred. And that is our hope. We don't need to look at the crazy political pendulum. We can just look at the faithful, loving reign of God, and that is our peace. And that's the thought for the day. You have a great day. Now, see you tonight. Bye-bye.